the next thing that you have to mention is any additional qualification. Let's suppose you did any outside course, any skills that you have gained, any awards that you have won. There are so many other competitions that are happening. Let's suppose you participate in one of those, so you can talk about the awards that you have won. You have you learn few skills in the meanwhile. You have done some specific outsource course, outside courses. Let's suppose I have completed 6 month course in computer animation program, so you can specifically talk about that, or any Excel course or any DBMS course, or that I'm proficient in this language, in English, in Spanish, in French. So you can talk about that as well. And you don't have to mention the level that you are proficient in English or Spanish. That's more than enough. If they do ask, you have to mention them, right? Now, always use some adjectives. Adjectives are very important. Adjectives are very important. Why? Because those words add extra weightage to your resume, to your words. What are you saying, and how you're defining yourself. That's the main thing and the main key. Now, what are the examples? Firstly, that you are versatile, right? You're versatile. You're easygoing, you're solution oriented, you're determined, you're a team player, you're creative, you're open minded, etc. So the list is very long, and I have given you the most basic adjectives that you can use it easily, and certainly you can back them as well, right? So adjectives like versatile, that you're very versatile, you can do you can do this work, you can do that work. You are easygoing, you don't stress a lot upon the deadlines. You are easygoing, you can easily you do submit your work before the deadlines, right? You're solution oriented. Let's suppose any problem comes up, you don't panic, you find a solution for that. And you're pretty determined. Let's suppose I have to achieve this specific goal in this year, I'll make sure that I do. I'm pretty determined about that. I'm a team player, I play along with a lot of people. Like, I'm a team player, so I won't do things individually. I'll cooperate with others, and certainly will think about the company benefit in long run. And I'm very creative. I'll think about creative solutions, and I'm open-minded as well. I'm not, living in a cocoon, and having my own thoughts and ideologies is good, but I'm pretty open-minded upon things. So I'm a good listener as well. So these are the things. These are the adjectives that you can use. Now, talk about hobbies or passion. That's pretty optional, right? Now, let's say you do want to talk about your hobbies or passion. Let's suppose you say, I do play cricket, right? So now, simply saying that I do play cricket, that doesn't sound well. That sound boring, and that doesn't add well to your resume as well. So what you can say that I do play cricket, that helps me to work on team spirit, to how to cooperate with others, and certainly gives me challenge of leading my team as well. So we are all in this together, and that's how we have been performing well. And I have been captain in this team, and so that's how you have to mention your hobbies and passion. You don't have to just say that I do follow cricket. No, that's not the way. You have to tell them that how that thing, that your hobby or a passion is adding something more to your resume, right? So if you talk about cricket, talk about the team spirit, that you learn the team spirit, become a team player because of that sport, right? Now, let's talk about the next step, that's family. It's pretty optional, right? No one talks about family these days, unless and until, let's suppose your interview asks that tell us about your family. So you just briefly talk about what your mom or dad do, and the number of siblings. So that's pretty much it. Else you can skip this part, because this is pretty optional. This isn't something that companies are looking for. Maybe an old interviewer maybe can ask you this question, but not everyone will ask you this question about your family members. So you can skip this, and even if this comes up, you can answer this. You can talk briefly about what your dad do and what your mom does at and the number of siblings. That's pretty much about it. So I hope you are following till now, and certainly let's talk about the final days. So these are all the things that you have to remember, and I hope that now, after following this video for a while, I hope you are clear with your introduction part to a great extent. Now talk about the final tips. So these are the few tips that I do want to hand it over to you guys so that you make to the dream company of yours and finally get placed. So the first step, write down your introduction and include your top selling points, which will vary from company to company and position to position. Because let's suppose you are going for a consultancy company, so you can talk about that. I am very great in this consultancy part, and I have been inclined towards that. So that you have to moderate it accordingly, right? If you are going for an auditor role, if you are going for a taxation role, you have to moderate your introduction part. Now, second, note down this, right? And memorize few points, few important points, not the whole introduction, else you will sound like a robot. And you have to let it be a little bit of spontaneity. Let's suppose if I have or memorized the whole introduction part, so I will sound like a robot. My name is Gaurav Kumar. I've been working here, and these are my hobbies. And they are like, the interview will be like, "Ki, stop it right there," because they will catch it. They will catch it that you have memorized it and you are not being spontaneous. Now I'll give you an example upon how this thing just actually happens, right? So certainly, most of the time when you enter the interview room, what they do is, uh, they'll ask you they'll ask you this way. So Gaurav, tell us about yourself. Now there's a trick over there. There is a catch. They've already said my name. They've already said my name, that Gaurav, tell us about yourself. And now, if I start my introduction with my name, that my name is Gaurav Kumar, then that's a big no. That's a big no, because they already talked about my name. They know my name. Now I have to continue from there onwards. Right? So be spontaneous. Don't sound like a robot. I hope everyone does get this one. And yeah, right, they are actually introducing this phrase as well, that okay, good evening. Let's suppose I said good evening everyone, and they said good evening, and now they'll say, okay Gaurav, introduce yourself. Now then I have to moderate my answer. I can't say my name is Gaurav then. I hope this point is pretty much clear. Limit your introduction within 1 minute. You have to limit your introduction within 1 minute. Make sure that it doesn't exceed 1 minute, else they will get disinterested. They'll be like, okay, this guy is providing excess or too much information. You have to limit yourself within 1 minute. That's the most sweet point. 1 minute. And I said, make good eye contact with the interviewer. If there are more than one person, then don't answer the entire question to the one who have asked you the question, right? Let's suppose somebody asked me, someone sitting on my left asked me, so Gaurav, tell us about yourself. Now, while I'm talking about myself, I have to make sure that I appreciate everyone who's sitting in the interview room. I appreciate everyone from my left to my right. Everyone has to be appreciated in this case. I don't have to entertain only the one who has asked me the question. No, I have to entertain everyone who's sitting in that interview panel and interview room, right? And I have to make good eye contact. I don't have to look down like this. Good evening, and my I don't have to look down like this and answering like this. I have to make sure that I make good eye contact with everyone. Right. So these are the few final tips that I have given you. Now, this is what you were waiting for, the sample introduction. This will help you for sure. Now, let's suppose I'll start with this. Good afternoon. Thank you for shortlisting me for this interview. Right. So I was talking about sample introduction. This will help you guys a lot. So now let's talk about the sample introduction. Good afternoon. Thank you for shortlisting me for the interview. My name is Gaurav Kumar. I am currently pursuing Bachelor of Commerce with my expertise in marketing. I have worked as an intern in a XYZ company at marketeer position. I'm a person who thrives in a fast-paced environment, and right now I'm looking for an opportunity where I can learn more about the practical application of marketing. Your company provides the best platform for it. In my free time, I like to play table tennis. It helps me to work on my reflexes, on hand and eye coordination as well. So that's it. This is your sample introduction part. This is how you have to frame it. And be slow, be poised, and make sure that you're able to make good eye contact with everyone. Right now, I'm just recording this video, but in case, let's suppose you have your interview in next week in coming month, so you have to make sure that you make a good eye coordination with everyone. So this is all about the introduction part. I hope you do like this video, and if you did, do leave a like, mention anything you want to add on in the comment section as well. Do subscribe to the channel and do share this video with a lot of people around, right? So Talent Bazer is here to help, and I'll see you in the next video.